Hello everybody and welcome to tonight's stream. We don't usually do a stream on a Thursday night, but we did have some exciting news today to come from the Nintendo Direct that was held earlier in the day in Australian time. There is going to be a Tactics JRPG being developed by the same team that made Octopath Traveler, and it is currently called Project Triangle Strategy. Now, it doesn't come out until 2022, but they've gone and launched a demo. I would assume the entire point of this demo is to get feedback and get a sense of how players are responding to the game in an early stage. So we do get to play a little bit of, I guess, the initial vision of this triangle strategy. So I figured we'd do a little bit of a stream of it and just to see how it goes. I haven't played it at all yet. I've played it exactly 0 minutes. I've just finished downloading it, set up the stream, and now we are good to go. So we will give people a moment or two to jump on if they want to participate and chat with me as we play, and then we will get going. Rightio, welcome Diddy, welcome to the stream. I'm assuming that Triangle Strategy is not going to be the final name for it. Remember, Project Octopath Traveler was Project Octopath, I think, right up until release. So Triangle Strategy is a bit of an odd name, but I'll give it a pass because I figure that the game's going to be good and it'll change its name for release anyway. Alright, so let's jump into it, shall we? New game. Thank you for your download. This is a special pre-release version comprising chapters excerpted from the middle of the game. So we don't even have to go through the early stages. We get right into the meat of things first up, which is cool. As you'll be joining the story in progress, you may find it difficult to fully grasp the events happening around you. Okay, they're not going to give you a context. That's fine. However, we encourage you to enjoy the atmosphere of the game world. Battles have been ramped up in difficulty somewhat to allow you to fully experience the depth of the combat system and the limited number of stages. Experiment with different strategies, blah, 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 blah. We hope you enjoy the game. Okay, hello Restart Kun, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. This is exciting. I'm a big fan of Tactics JRPGs. Really, really big fan of them, actually. Huge fan, massive fan. And I have felt the absence of Final Fantasy Tactics in a big way, so everything that I've been seeing and hearing about this game is it is the Final Fantasy Tactics game that we've been waiting for, so yay. Difficult games. Yes, games can be difficult sometimes. It's the Dark Souls of Tactics JRPGs. Okay, so loading screen. That's what I did. Hopefully it doesn't crash on me. I assume because it is an early demo, there's some bugs in there somewhere, and it possibly can crash on you while you play. On the faraway continent of Norzelia, 3 mighty powers reigned. Okay. Got a 3 kingdoms thing happening here, that's fine. The Kingdom of Glenbrook. I think there is a Glenbrook in Sydney, isn't there? That name is familiar. It's like a little community, constructed community thing, I think, in Sydney. Anyway.
The Grand Duchy of Esphos, a land of ice and snow beneath which slumbers rich veins of iron.
Oh yes, Brigandine and Seikuki, which I've just discovered recently. They're both very good as well. Uh, the Kingdom of Wagga Wagga. That would be awesome. Somebody should just insert Wagga Wagga into a tactics RPG. So back to your point, Restart Kun. There is a really good tactics JRPG on the Switch already. It's called God Wars. If you haven't checked that out yet, I definitely recommend you do. It is a little bit different from Final Fantasy Tactics, though. Square Enix hasn't done a Final Fantasy Tactics in such a long time. And as somebody who loved both Final Fantasy Tactics and Ogre Battle, Tactics Ogre, I really have been waiting for Square Enix to do something like this again. Even if it does take place in Wagga Wagga. Look at the art, it's very lovely. It's all very Octopath. They did say don't try and understand the story, so I'm not I'm not even trying. But the horsey's got good armor, the red armor. He goes faster when he's red.
Shortly after assuming power in Esfrost, Archduke Gustadolf launched a surprise invasion of the neighboring kingdom of Glenbrook.
Yes, definitely. God Wars really did fly under the radar. It wasn't a very high-profile game by any means, but if you pick it up, you are looking at like 100-hour-long tactics JRPG with lots of characters pulled from Japanese folklore and mythology. It's a really fascinating little game. Very beautiful too, so definitely check it out. And while you're waiting until 2022 for this one to come out. And what do I think of Pyra and Mithra? Well, for a start, I don't think they should be in Smash Brothers. I still think that Hatsune Miku should be the next Smash Brothers character. Until Miku is in there, every character does not belong there, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I mean, they're being censored apparently. They're wearing slightly more clothing on them. Whatever that was. Endless controversies in video games. See, I've never heard of Dofus. That sounds cool. A French MMORPG with Final Fantasy Tactics inspired combat. That sounds like something I should check out if it's still running. Yeah, you can always put a link, Restart Kun, that's fine. I can't see the link right now, but drop it in and that's all good with me. I see Diddy's paying attention to the narrative. I just want the action to start. I want to do some tacticsing. Tacticsing? Strategizing? I don't know. It's been a long day. My brain's not working very clearly. So those must be the heroes. You can tell because they're very generic hero type designs. You got the curly haired dude, you got the blonde dude, you got the long haired maiden warrior, and then the old dude. No doubt the old dude's good and tough. Actually, while I'm speaking of tactics JRPGs, there's another one that I highly recommend. It has nothing to do with Final Fantasy Tactics, but it is a very neat game. I've actually streamed it on this thing before. It's called Banner of the Maid. It's also on Switch. And it's actually a Chinese-developed tactics JRPG, and it's very good. It's based on Napoleon's campaigns, only you play as Napoleon's sister rather than Napoleon, and it's got nice art. It's a nice game. Quite cheap on the Switch too. No childhood friends, okay, we're going to pay attention. I do like the little military blocks that they're using there. It's got a good kind of battle map aesthetic going for it. Bloodthirsty beasts and everything. I do like China. China's cool. Wrote a pretty neat article about the 4 classics of Chinese literature and how they've inspired video games. I highly recommend you read it on digitallydownloaded.net. In fact, I highly recommend everybody that tunes into this stream go to digitallydownloaded.net because I can't advertise it on Facebook anymore. So I'm just going to have to up the amount of time that I spend advertising it on these streams. Yeah, please do. Just send me the link on Twitter and I will get back to you once this stream's done. I did play Riviera and Nights in the Nightmare. I haven't played Yagura and Gungnir. And I hope I pronounced those right. So I've only played a couple of them. They're pretty good. How would I compare contrast Mao and Cao Cao? Well, I think based on Romance of the Three Kingdoms, they're pretty comparable. But I have this sneaking suspicion that the real history version of Cao Cao before they went and propagandized him for Romance of the Three Kingdoms, was probably a better dude than that book gives him treatment for. Look at this. This is nice. It has got a very strong Final Fantasy Tactics vibe, doesn't it? It's like this cross between Final Fantasy Tactics and Octopath. Although maybe a little bit closer to Tactics Ogre aesthetically. Maybe it's a slightly darker tone. Tell you what, for a demo that puts up a little warning at the start saying you're probably not going to understand the narrative, they certainly do give you a lot of narrative up front for this demo, don't they? Nothing so petty as this Regna. The war and all its atrocities should remain buried in the past. That's very dramatic. Glenbrook is burning. Better save Glenbrook. Oh, there's a dead dude in the corner too. I just noticed that. There's a guy in a puddle of blood down in the bottom right corner there. Hope he's okay. Oh, hang on. There's a fast forward button. Let's see if we can fast forward. Whoa, there's a lot of narrative. Yeah, I'm glad I'm fast forwarding. You can always download the demo for free yourself if you want to check out the plot midway through and pick up the book halfway through. Wow, there's an awful lot of narrative. Which is fine. I'm sure in the context of the full game I'll love it. But jumping in halfway, I don't know. I don't want to experience narrative if I'm not going to get to go the whole way through and get the context out of it. So we'll just skip past this and try to get to the combat. I think we're going to get some combat now. Are we? Are we? Oh, okay. So there's exploration too. Interesting. You don't just go from level to level. You actually get to wander around. That's pretty neat. You don't usually get to just wander around town in tactics games. Talk to the pretty girl. Ah, this guy's probably the next level. Participating in spoiler culture. That's true. This demo is a very big spoiler. How dare they? We get to even make decisions, narrative decisions. Let's talk about Prince Roland. He must survive, even if we don't. Oh, okay. So when you make those narrative decisions, it seems to trip kind of triggers in the plot. So that might mean that you get different endings, or the whole narrative might flow differently depending on the decisions you make in the story bits. That's pretty good. Insert some visual novelness into it. Yeah, there we go. So there are three major guiding convictions: utility, morality, and liberty. Your decisions will shape Serinoa's convictions, as well as influence which companions may join his cause. There you go. So if you want to play one character type, you might miss out on some characters. Oh, I've got to talk to everybody. Okay. Who did I not talk to yet? This one? Oh, that's Anna. Okay. Maybe this one. Gila. Who did I miss talking to? Oh, hang on. I can just conclude. So you can just skip that if you want. Fine. Alright. Let's see if we get some fighting going now. 15 minutes into a demo. Remember those days where you play a video game and you would play a video game and you would straight away get into things? These days you've got so much, even in demos, to work through. Let's just... Have we got the right level? Oh, I guess we have. Must do. Recommended level 8. I do like when you kind of zoom into when the camera zooms into these characters, they look a little bit more pixelated. So, yeah, it has a real nice retro aesthetic. But if you look in the background, the level of detail in the water and lighting effects and stuff is pretty cool. So, that pixelation is a very clear, deliberate visual effect. I like it. I like my pixels in games. And that would be the enemy, I would imagine. I'm not sure why the gate closed behind them, but it did. Or maybe they deliberately closed it, the enemy.
This is where I fall. I'm taking these as... Don't be so quick to throw your life away. Yes, we haven't lost hope yet.
I didn't think you liked Genshin, Diddy. Are you secretly a fan, are you? Secretly rolling all them drawers? Getting the best characters? Actually, speaking of gacha games, I've done a horrible thing to myself, and I've gone and downloaded Dragon Quest Tact, which is just released, I think, in English a couple of days ago. That's the Dragon Quest Tactics RPG mobile thing. I shouldn't have done it, because I just know I'm going to get hooked on it, but I've done it, and now I'm going to get hooked on it. Get all the different coloured slimes. Alright, we're finally into some combat. Maybe. Nope, we're being attacked from both sides. I haven't even tried SMT DX2. Now, I try not to play too many gacha games because I really can get hooked into them in a big way. I got hugely into Fire Emblem Heroes, and then of course I felt stupid when I stopped playing it and realised that I'd spent quite a bit of money on gachas. I'm not the kind of person that puts myself into debt to cover my video game habits, but nonetheless, wasted money is wasted money. So, yeah, I try not to play too many gacha games. Okay, they're just explaining how to play video games here. And whatever. Let's just do it. Let's do this combat, shall we? I haven't played Assault Lily. I should play it, right? That's why you're recommending it. We've got to find a way to open that drawbridge. Well, they just showed you how to open the drawbridge. It's that switch on the left-hand side. Oh, there's enemies up there. Okay. Ladders and stuff. This looks like a pretty good battle. I generally like the kind of the siege battles.
Time to work.
Alright. So there we go. Oh, those enemies can attack me, you see. But if I move my unit here, they can't. Let's do that. And why not? Let's take cover once we're there. Let's turn invisible. Can't see me now. Stealthed. And then how do I enter? Oh, there you go. Intern. Horsey! Horsey charge! Do, 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 do. That was pretty cool. Is he riding a bird or something? That's not... Oh. You've got freak... Yeah, he's riding a big crow. That's cool. An owl? Big owl. He's riding a big owl. How cool is that? The archer dude's riding a big owl. That's just cool. Oh, you can duck down there. There's loot and stuff. If you want it. Obviously, there's not much point to me grabbing it for the context of this game because it's a demo. But, how cool is that? He's got a bird. Well, let's move the owl guy here and just shoot. Sweet. I haven't played Maho Shoujo, should I? Are you talking like an adult tactics game, or is it a legit one? Is it a nice game? Oh, he's got an ability called Raging Beast. Okay, so one thing I quite like about this game is if you've played many tactics games, then you know that you haven't got too much control over the camera. Generally speaking, you can only position the camera at 4 different angles, but at this one you've got complete free control over where the camera is, which really does help spot what's going on. I like that.
On my honor as the dawn speaks.
I shall do what I can.
She's a physician, so she's the healer. Yep. Let's just move her where it's safe. I would assume the scholar is not going to be particularly great at fighting either. Oh, but he's got a neat ability. It's called Wall of Ice. Okay, so let's move him up here instead. He's not going to be able to do anything this turn.
I will end this.
Okay, well I'll check that out. Thank you for the suggestion, Didi. Conjurer, I would imagine that she's a magic user as well. So let's see what she can cast. move her here. Stabby, stabby.
My turn.
And I'm about to defeat my first. There we go. Enemy down. Good job.
The hunt is on.
I have absolutely no idea if the music or anything like that is any good in the game, because as usual I've turned the music right off so I can focus on the game without annoying people with echoes and stuff. But I would assume that it's got pretty good music. Octopath Traveler certainly did.
I shan't hold back. From where shall we strike?
Ooh, Hawk Dive. But I'll just use a long sword right now. Slice away at him.
That hit the mark.
Ooh. You get a kind of a visual effect if you do it, a particularly effective attack. Neat.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Okay.
Sorry to worry.
Horsey is healthy again. Oh! Enemies from behind. They did say there was some coming from it to attack me from behind.
Quickly now, before more arrive.
I've got to move fast. Got to deal with these enemies quickly.
Your orders?
Alright. Right. Okay, we'll freeze him.
For victory.
Time to take flight.
Don't kill anyone. I'll try my best. I'm trying to play the pacifist here, as you can see. Can't actually hit anybody, so let's move him here and then end his turn. That's my favourite character. I don't know anything else about him other than the fact he uses a bird, but that's pretty cool. Okay, let's use the Scorch. Hit two of them at once. Magic being all deadly.
We can win this.
Am I an outsider? I would assume so. That would make sense, would it not? Oh, he's a strategist. His character class is strategist. That's pretty cool. Oh, that's why all of his abilities are like powering up my other characters. So he's probably not very good on the front lines. But I've gone and put him there anyway.
On my honor as the dawn speaks.
Do something, Maxwell. Oh, that was pretty good. Nice job, Maxwell.
My lord. Impossible. That's it. Forward.
What's this do? Hawk dive. Oh, it's a special.
I feel stronger already.
Leveled up. And she gets to act twice. Because she's a thief, I guess. She's quick, nimble on her feet. Gets 2 turns. I assume the horsey can't climb. Oh, the horsey can climb. That's pretty cool. Up you go, horsey. I don't know why he can do that, but he can do that. That's cool. That's a very talented horse. Just climb up the stairs. Oh no, he just disappears. The horse disappears while he attacks. Or while he climbs the ladder and then just magically reappears. That's a great horse. Video gaming is fascinating. That's the word you're looking for. I can guarantee you. Well, I'll finish off the archer here. Go, birdie. Excellent job.
Cool heads shall prevail.
The strategist took a bit of a beating those last turns, so I'll heal him. I didn't realise that he wasn't a frontline fighter. That's new information for me. Let's go around here and kite shield this guy in the backside. Still not enough to kill him. He's a tough little guy. He's a tough fella. That's right. We've got a Tome of Ice. This will finish him off. It's actually an attack with a book. He just takes a swat at him with a book.
I shall protect you.
They do say the pen is mightier than the sword, so I guess by extension the book must also be. We should be able to open this gate now. Good job.
It's open. Go.
Oh, even more enemies coming. Wow. These battles are extended. Of course, we are midway through the game, I guess, as the intro said, but this is a lengthy battle.
No matter how many come, our blades will keep them. They've overrun the bridge already.
A Quietuses. Quietuses do not use up a turn and can be triggered instantaneously. A single one can be used only once in a given battle. Okay. Okay. I don't know how to use it.
Let me show you what I've learned.
I don't know what it is or how to use it, so that'll just have to wait.
That's it. From where shall we strike?
Okay. I'll leave that archer up there to the horseman. Oh, there we go. That's what that is. Gain 2 TP. What? I don't know what a TP is, so... I don't know what it is, what it does. I must be the little dots, I guess. But he doesn't need TP. He's got enough to use all of his special abilities, so... we won't bother there.
My turn.
Take cover. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's why he's going to need a stab.
This battle is ours.
I must hold firm.
Shall we begin?
Nope.
Come at me.
Provoke. That would mean all the enemies have to attack him. That sounds like a smart idea to me. Oh, hang on. Maybe I can hit... I can only provoke enemies that are nearby. That's the range thing that it's showing there. So... I thought you could use provoke on yourself, you see, and it would just draw the enemy's attention. That doesn't seem to be how it works here. Let's raise up the armor guy's defense.
I'll keep on. Where was
I can't target him, unfortunately. That's fine. That's fine. Just go there, take the loot. See if that works. See if they can't spot her again, even though she just attacked.
I can still stand.
I won't lose.
Finish off that archer. There we go. Good riddance. Now we can go back and join the group. Down the stairs. What a talented horsey.
Battle is ours.
Maybe... Oh no, I can't anyway. I was going to use Fell Swoop, but the enemies were too far away. Just use the bow.
This battle is won.
I'm a fool! Back at you! To lead, I must grow.
Oh, and more enemies coming. Wow. You do have to move quickly through this level.
Impossible! Impressed? Death must wait. That went well. I see a path to victory.
Raging Beast. Let's power up that guy.
Our victory is assured.
Now she's not going to be very useful against the armored guys because they are tough. So I'll just stab this guy in the back.
Victory is within reach.
And get another attack. Do it again. I like the Thief. The ability to attack twice in a turn, that's an excellent feature. Good class. I always play Thieves in RPGs actually, it's a sidetrack. But every single time I play Dungeons & Dragons, basically I've played some kind of Thief or variation of Thief. It's my type. Alright. Oh, you can zoom out too. Can you zoom in? No, that's as far as you can zoom in. Let's move this guy in front. So he can take the bulk of the damage. He's the one with the armor. He should be fine. I think this Maxwell guy is not long left for the world. They did pick on him a bit. I hope I didn't have to protect him. Oh no, that's my side. What am I doing? I was going to cast freeze on my own dudes. I'll move him there. I'll use an item. Get his health back. So it's all working very much like you would expect a tactics JRPG to work. And I guess that's what people were looking forward to and expecting from this. But it is very traditional in its approach, which is good. It is very good. And the range of classes seem pretty good. Like the variety in terms of the tactics you can bring to battle by using the different character classes. That works. And yeah, in general I think this is... The potential is here for this to be the next Final Fantasy Tactics, I guess. The bigger budget, bigger presentation style. Tactics JRPG. Alright, I'm going to need my magic users, I would imagine, against these guys, because they do have armor. They are tough. I can't see the spy being very useful against them. Let's see how she goes. Iron Dagger. It's going to do... Oh, it does a little bit. It's worth it. Especially since you'll get a second one. What's Surmount do? Move an ally... Move to adjacent square with a height difference within... I see. That's a movement ability. It's not going to be useful in this particular instance, but... The rogue is obviously very good at moving around and taking advantage of the terrain, so keep that in mind for future. Let's get him out of the way.
I shall do my best. My knowledge grows deeper. I won't lose. Take that.
So he got an extra attack there. An opportune attack. So I guess there's different... there's different kind of advantages you can get based on how you move around the map and stuff. Which would be plenty of additional strategies involved, I guess, in the game. So Maxwell's about to pass away. Bye bye, Maxwell. Thanks for holding the rear for us there.
From where shall we strike?
And now we've only got one more of these enemies to deal with, so let's get it over and done with.
I shall do what I can.
Come at me.
The magic users take their time to have their turns. Gosh, they take ages. Finally. Finally. Freeze. Yay, I got a victory. So that was the goal. And is that the end of the demo, I guess, is the big question, or do you get something more to it? Well, it looks like you get more. Let's just fast forward through the narrative. Oh, Maxwell's back, so... that must be some kind of sinister enemy. Ah, Maxwell stays to throw his life away against them. Then comes the boat that we were trying to escape on. Hello, Alan. Welcome to the stream. And yeah, I think, I mean, if you played Octopath Traveler, it certainly had its serious moments. So I would imagine that this same development team would be just as capable of that. That would be my guess anyway. So based on that introduction, which you might not have been on for the stream, the narrative bit seemed to imply that it was fairly serious in tone. And then Glenbrook does fall. The once proud kingdom of Wagga Wagga disappears off the planet. I'm sure Glenbrook is like a Sydney constructed suburb. It's one of those kind of little, you know, places where a big property developer buys up and then builds like 1,000 houses on there, and then people go and live in the kind of walled, the little walled communities. I'm pretty sure Glenbrook is one of those in New South Wales somewhere, Sydney. Like, I'm 99% sure. That's why the names are familiar. So there is at least one more map to play. This demo is pretty meaty. It's pretty generous in terms of what it's giving players to mess around with. So the map is looking nice and large. There seems to be like side quests and things to enjoy as well. The green ones are maybe not major missions. What are they? Ah, maybe side stories. Let's click on that and see what that is. It might be like a optional side story or something. See, lots of talking. It's a very narrative-driven thing. And they're still going. They do chat a lot. I'm not giving the story away. If you want to experience this for yourself, you can. Oh, there we go. Inspired by your deeply held convictions, Medina has joined your cause. So you may remember that I got to make one decision, narrative decision at the start of the battle map last time around, and perhaps the decision that I made there influenced which character joined my party afterwards. I hope that's the case, because the idea of being able to play a couple of different times with different units and stuff is appealing to me. So there wasn't any battle in that, it was just a narrative and character joins your party thing. And we'd need to go to the next battle then. But I think that is a good feel, I guess, for what this game offers. I won't play the next one tonight because I'm pretty tired. It has been a long day. But yeah, I wanted to check this out. I was very excited when they announced that there was going to be a demo straight away on the Nintendo Direct today. You can, of course, go and download it for free yourself and try it out, and let me know what you think if you've given it a go. But if you're a fan of Final Fantasy Tactics, I'm 99% sure you're going to enjoy this one as well. We will be back tomorrow with another stream. I'm still not sure what we'll play, but we'll figure that out tomorrow. Otherwise, have a good day, rest of the evening. Go and download this and play it. It is free once again, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.